All right, welcome to this edition of Sales Today. Today we'll quickly be talking about business problems and solving frameworks. Of course, every organization has one or two challenges that they face in their respective businesses, and of course, having challenges or having problems in business is synonymous to every burgeoning business in the world. But today we're just talking about a quick framework that we can use to be able to get to the nitty-gritty or the root cause of a problem in our business and how to evaluate and of course review why we solve the problem. And that it is broken into 6 template formats, which of course can be followed effectively to getting to solving all problems that we may face in our businesses. Number 1 is define the problem. Let us talk about it. What's a problem? Problem is something that makes you not to get the desired result, or an impediment that is really blocking or causing an hiccups from you getting your desired result. And sometimes problem may not necessarily be a mistake. It may just be that sometimes we do not put some things into consideration in the course of our planning, and that really affects the bottom lines and also the overall result of our organization. So what do we do is first of all define the problem and what are the root cause. Why am I getting X amount of result that's expected after implementing X, Y, Z? And that may be, for example, maybe in an area of trying to get revenue in. You must have done all a good knowledge of doing your product analysis, doing the market survey, ensuring that you service your client well with the value of the product that you are giving as proposition itself, and yet you're not getting the bottom lines or you're not getting the sales in. So what we need to do is that there is a problem of revenue, there's a problem of consistent sales coming in, and also there's a problem of getting the bottom line coming in consistently. So what do? You identify the root cause. What could be the reason why we're having this shortage in sales? All right, it's not easy. It's not good to quickly throw around names to this is happening to this. I will try to make an emotional decision, trying to cast blames at everyone. But rather look at it scientifically and look at what is the root cause of why we're not getting the desired result expected in these areas of sales. Why are we not meeting our first quarter, second quarter, third quarter targets? And what are the symptoms that comes alongside with we not being able to generate our revenue? Remember, we've always said this over and over, that without sales, business cannot really function. So if that is the case in your organization, then you know there's a need for us to really get to see the reason why this is coming in consistently and the system that's associated to this problem. Number 2 is analyze the problem itself. That has to do with collecting data. All right, bring in all your information that you have, get in all your data that you have from all your touch points or areas where you have to interface with clients, and get to identifying contributing factors to that data. What makes this to be in this format itself? Now, for example, you may be having, like I said earlier, a problem of sales or revenue growth itself, and then you now bring in the data. So, okay, we are really making calls, or we're getting our sales team to pitch to X amount of clients. Is that we are not getting the right numbers in, or we're not getting the right number in the individuals to be pitched to, or is our leads really bad, or the quality of our pitch is not really as good as what is expected, or could it be that we are getting the leads that cannot even afford our product, or could it be that we are even talking or selling to individuals that don't even need what to sell? So you identify the contributing factor. I haven't been able to get to see the data. For example, maybe you are able getting to pitch to 100 clients in a specific week, and what is your closing ratio? All right, who is really having the major issue? Could it be a product problem or staff problem, or could it be a pitching problem? Could it be individual problem? Could it even be the lead problem itself? Could it be the environmental problem? Could it be the economic problem? Could it be something that associated to making sure that despite the data you are getting, in which are really quite good, you are not getting the needed closing standard or closing percent that's expected to make a good close? And then we all know that if you make 10 sales calls, you should be able to have 4 pitch and of course make one close sales. If you are following all these indices and analysis and yet you're not getting the desired result, then of course you begin to analyze your stats and your data and begin to see what are the contributing factors. Then number 3 is to generate ideas. All right, so you brainstorm on ideas and bring into possibly into a room where we have individuals that are knowledgeable on the field theoretically and practically of the problem we are trying to address. So you brainstorm with them and let them freely think outside the box to see that what could really be the reasons why we're having this itself. One of the things that we tend to do here in this part of the world is that most times we judge before time. We don't look at data, we work on our gut feelings, we put all that result on emotions, or we're trying to cast aspersion to an individual that we may not like or may feel that they may be the problem. But in this case itself, you have to take outside or ensure that you're analyzing or problem brainstorming a session devoid of all these distractions, and then you dive into the main issue, which is you going through the data objectively and having to have a good opinion on how to really ensure that you get out of that quagmire. Number 4 is what? Evaluate options. Now you've been able to brainstorm, and then I will always say that bring out the best 3 solutions that you feel can best solve the problem. All right. So what do? That is to evaluate the option that has been presented among the myriad of options you've been able to bring out in your brainstorming section. And let me also say this to you quickly here, that there is no problem that is 100% perfect. So what I'd rather look at is what are the advantages vis-a-vis the disadvantages, all right? What are the pros vis-a-vis the cons itself? And the one that has gotten more advantage, which is more of a long-term solution, should be considered much more. And in return, you can decide to, okay, based on these options we can decide to have a short-term solution and a long-term solution alongside. But more importantly, ensure that whichever options you are taking, it's best suits your problem you intend to really solve, such that you may not necessarily have to look at the short-term option that obviously jeopardize the sustainability of the business. So I always advise clients to ensure that they look at 2 options, that the short-term options, which of course will help you to correct your dwindling resources or sales revenue at the interim, while you also focus on the long-term options alongside. And number 5 is what you implement. All right, it's not enough to just talk and talk and talk. Also, it's time to create action plan. All right, you create action plan and assign tasks to individuals that you know they will be able to carry out this task effective, and also give a deadline of when each task is expected to be completed alongside. So you create an action plan, ensure that you, being the owner of the business, or you have an individual that is committed to ensuring that this is driven, is passionate about getting to the root cause and finding solutions to that itself. So again, you create an action plan, you drive the action plan, you align tasks to individuals that you know are directly responsible to implementing this new task you've given to them, because all what we want is to solve the problem, and of course to get the company back onto the growth pattern. Then finally, you review. All right, you review the results, learn and improve, because having been able to implement these ideas that you've been able to bring out itself and tasks assigned to responsive individuals, now begin to review the solutions or the results you are getting. These are what you were getting earlier when you have not implemented these best options that you brought out itself. It's important to always have a short term and also the long term goals. And I've always advocated, it's not always good that you have to implement your solution that you have been able to figure out all at once. It's important that you do your implementation gradually and get to see what is working most, reinforce what works better, and of course improve the overall result. I believe with these very few options itself, working through the business problem solving framework itself, you can always solve almost everything in your business. But a quick recap is: number 1 is identify the problem and the root cause and symptoms. Number 2, analyze, collect data, identify contributing factor that is bringing about that problem every single time. Number 3 is generate ideas, brainstorm, think outside the box. Let your ideas come out of devoid of sentiment or emotions. Work strictly on objectivity and get out the best solution. Number 4 is evaluate, compare options. Select the best solutions that you know will best suit into solving the problem the long term and also the short term. Number 5 is implement those ideas that you have been able to bring out from your brains, you've been able to brought out from your brainstorming section itself. Implement those ideas, take action plan, assign tasks as well too, and be the driver to seeing that this is completed to get the result. Now, number 6 is review your results consistently. You can be doing this weekly, monthly, or quarterly, depending on how you want those problems to be solved as quick as possible. Then learn and improve on whatever you feel that is working well, and of course reinforce what is really producing better results. I believe with this 6 framework itself, if you apply it into your business problem itself, you can almost solve almost every problem that your business is facing. Remember, problem in business is a normal thing itself, but solving it is what is more important, so as to get your business onto the right path. Till I come your way next time, please keep doing your sales expectedly and keep generating revenue efficiently. I'll come your way next time. I remain Dr. Samuel Owoseni, your number 1 sales nugget expert and a revenue growth expert. God bless you and keep growing the bottom line. Thank you.